So the idea here is to photograph this Psaltery musical instrument on a bright white background, bright white silhouette with a reflection of itself that's going to be created from a low camera angle in this white glass. And the idea here is to isolate the instrument and create some beautiful shapes, some beautiful side lighting for a simple graphic photograph. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is set up a white background, a piece of white foam core board on this grip stand. Let's frame up the shot, line up our instrument in the viewfinder. That looks good and straight, nice and square. This picture is about symmetry and the simplicity of the instrument, so I want to make sure that it's all nice and squared up. Perfect. So first thing we're going to do is get our backlights set up, and we'll point them at the background. And then we got to turn them on over here. They're going to get set to remote. These are going to create a bright, super bright white light that's going to create the silhouette, and also it's going to create a little bit of help create a little bit of a reflection on the surface, which we'll see in a moment. Now the first thing I see is that our lights are a little bit low from that silhouette, and also my camera is cocked a little bit. This is a really good way to check the shape and see you know, what you got there before we bring in our side light and our fill cards and all the other lighting that's going to help us define this picture a little bit better. So I'm going to line my camera up a little bit better, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the backlights to fill up the top area of the background with more light. So I'm just going to raise this up a little bit, maybe pull it back a little bit. Okay, here we go. Frame looks great, silhouette looks good, everything's nice and balanced. Now it's time to bring in our side light. So we're going to roll in this diffusion screen, and I'm going to put the two Nikon SB900s behind it to create the side light. Both of these are set at full power. But by the time the light goes through that diffusion screen, it's going to be more like half power. Clip on the warm-up gel. Set them to remote and give it another try. Well, it's just a little dark. I'm just going to adjust it up by a quarter stop. Open it up a quarter stop. So the exposure looks a little bit dark, and rather than open up the f-stop, I'm going to add a little bit more light to this by adding a fill card. And that light's going to bounce through the diffusion, cross our instrument into the card, and right back to where we want the light. Wow, a little too bright. I'm going to stop it down, just one stop. Try it again. Looks like one stop might have been a little too much. I'll open it up a half. The beauty of this setup is that you can see what you're doing instantly, make your exposure adjustments, change your lighting any way you need. And there it is, the perfect exposure. Got it. Okay, here's our final picture, and it's exactly what I was looking for. A lot of great detail on this Psaltery instrument. The reflection is just perfect, exactly what we wanted. There's even great detail in the bow, and that's coming as a result of the side light that's coming through the diffusion screen. It's filled nicely from the opposite side of the fill card, and the background is bright white silhouette. It's just perfect for me. Great study in simplicity and shape.